What is up, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Nice, nice. I am very ill-prepared, I gotta be honest with you. I practiced this set before this, and it didn't go well, so we'll see how this goes. I was at work the other day, right? And I was talking to a coworker, and it was someone that identifies as non-binary. And I didn't know what that meant, right? So I was just curious. I went up to her and I asked him, I said, hey, like, what exactly is non-binary? Like, what exactly does that mean? And they said to me, well, it's someone that doesn't identify as a male or a female. So, like, really? You couldn't pick one? You're so indecisive that you couldn't decide on a gender? Sounds to me like you're a woman. I don't know. I guess I got a bit of a chip on my shoulder. I've been trying to do the online dating thing, and it hasn't been going very well. Last date I went on, I tried to give her a kiss. You know what she gave me? A video consent form. She was doing a YouTube challenge the whole time. I still signed it, though. No, but the worst part is I get on YouTube a week later, and the first video that popped up is, I dated a greasy white retard for 12 hours. Very hurtful, very hurtful. So that being said, guys, I go to therapy. And here's the thing. I like going to therapy, I do, but like, what do you think about it? It's basically just like emotional prostitution, right? You pay someone to listen to your bullshit because you don't have someone that actually wants to do it for you because they actually care about you. I dump a load on her, an emotional one, and I'll see you again in a week. You know what I mean? It's basically the same thing. I don't know. I mean, I like going to therapy. I do. But, like, I'll be honest. I owe my therapist a lot of money. I do. And, but, like, they haven't said anything to me about it, so it can't be, like, that big of a deal, right? It's like, what's the worst they could really do? It's not like they're going to come up with some sort of, like, therapy repo or something. You know what I mean? And just, like, you know, try and take back all the healing they did to me. You know what I mean? They just sit me down like, you're worthless, you're right about yourself, it's your fault your dad left. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. That'd be crazy. I don't know. But yeah, dating sucks. It's really hard nowadays. I don't know if it's like TikTok or what, but I gotta be honest, guys, I feel like girls just want to fuck black guys nowadays. I really do feel that way. And I mean, it's like, I get it, you know what I mean? I get it, you know, but it's like, there's still plenty of good white dick on the market. You know what I mean? Like, I understand if you get the opportunity to go to Gordon Ramsay, you're gonna want to get the beef Wellington. But, like, they still got a pretty good burger on the menu, too, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think it should be overlooked. I don't know. It's just, like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, like, I guess my problem is, like, I don't know. How do I say this? It's like, I don't know how to compensate for black dick. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, those are some big shoes to fill. Or big condoms in this case. I'm kidding, black guys don't wear condoms. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to say, you know. I don't know. And it's like, you know, when you're dating, you know, they say that, like, ideally you want to, like, date someone that you've been friends with for a while, right? It's like, you know, relationships always work out better with a woman that you've been friends with beforehand. Which I guess, but, like, the way I think of it is, like, I just think, like, okay, picture this, you know, you've been friends with someone for, like, 5 years, right? Purely platonic, you know, had a great connection with them, whatever. You start dating, and then you finally hook up or whatever. You go take her home, you undress her, and then right then and there is when you find out that she's got these disgusting nipples. And now you're in this dilemma where it's like, you know, I'm sitting here, she's got these disgusting nipples, but that's Carly, you know what I mean? Like, that's my friend, my homegirl, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, she's been with me through thick and thin, you know? And to think with those disgusting nipples this whole time. I don't know, the things I tend to think about. I don't know. Like, if it was just some random girl you'd met, that'd just be some bitch with gross nipples. But it's like, that's Carly, you know? I don't know. So yeah, dating sucks. I've gone on a few dates, like through Tinder or whatever. Or, Bumble, I think was the last one I was on. I will say this, my recent discovery is, I do think this, I think black girls are the best kissers. I do think that. And, yeah, here's the thing, I don't want to say why. But here's the thing, like, I can't kiss black girls anymore, guys. I can't do it. I can't kiss black girls anymore. And it sucks, but the reason why is because anytime I do, my lips are so thin that she cuts her lips on mine. And it's like the mouth area bleeds for a long time, and, I don't want to make a mess in the car. I don't know. But yeah, the dates suck. There are some silver linings, though. I did one time get the opportunity to suck on an F-cup titty off of a date I met. That was quite the trip. And it's like, hold on. It's like, here's the thing. Like, I wanted to be, like, cool and sexy and mature and, like, but it had been so long since I'd even, like, hooked up with anyone. Like, I just didn't know how to handle myself. Like, from the moment that I, like, finally got to, like, unwrap them, I felt like Nicolas Cage when he finally found the Declaration of Independence. They had, like, a glow to them or whatever. But, like, I'll be honest, what I really wanted to do was I just wanted to, like, hold it up by the nipple and take a picture with it like it's a largemouth bass. Just like... Yeah. I didn't really talk to her for very long after that. Got too excited. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't really been dating that much recently, though. I've kind of just been focusing on this. Because, like, honestly, if we're being real, like, dating really is just like a distraction, right? You know what I mean? Like, from trying to, better yourself or whatever. But, like, that being said, if dating is a distraction and sex is a distraction, then asexuals have got to be, like, the most productive people of all time, right? You know what I mean? Like, they probably got to be, like, the new Mexicans, I'm thinking. You know what I mean? They're going to be the new Mexicans of the workforce because they're never worried about who broke up with them, who's dumping them, whatever. They're just laser focused. I don't know. So let's talk about Jews. So I was going to a mic a couple weeks ago, and I had to drive through Skokie, Illinois. If you don't know about Skokie, Illinois, a lot of Jews there, or at least there used to be. I don't know what the case is. At least there used to be a lot of Jews. And in Skokie, they have the Holocaust Museum. Which, I remember going to the Holocaust Museum when I was, like, in 8th grade. And it was a really cool museum, It was a really, a lot of cool exhibits, really sad, all that. But I couldn't help myself. I mean, if you think about it, it is pretty Jewy of them to put a Holocaust museum in the middle of their own sanctuary just so they could be like, look what they did to us. Pay us $50 and see what they did to us. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, it is. What else? What other races? Japanese. You guys hear this? Recently, the Japanese figured out a way to delete the Down syndrome gene. Isn't that crazy? Like, what science has taken us to recently. But I couldn't help but think, it's like, what's the incentive to get rid of the most innocent group of people, arguably on the entire planet? But then I thought about it more, and then, it wouldn't be the first time that the Japanese have tried to eradicate an entire group of people, for those who know history. Yeah, I guess they figured they couldn't beat the Chinese, so they figured surely they could beat Down syndrome. Maybe they confused the Chinese people with Down syndrome people, and that's why they tried to get rid of them. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here. Just brainstorming. Let's see what else we got. So, I like listening to music a lot. You guys like music? Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of old school hip hop recently. And I like old school hip hop. I really do. It's just so goofy. You know what I mean? It's just so silly. I remember I was listening to a song the other day. It was an Ice Cube song, right? And like Ice is doing his verse or whatever. And at the end of the song, God comes in to tell Ice that he's the realest N-word of all time. Which that's a weird relationship to have with God, you know what I mean? I guess he gets the pass. But I don't know, I love it. But then you'll listen to like Lil Jon or something, you know what I mean? And Lil Jon's crazy because he'll just have like these like super like sexually charged, like aggressive lyrics. He'll be like, I told that bitch to suck my dick and don't forget to lick the balls. But then you'll just have like a bunch of like female background vocalists coming in to be like, and don't forget to lick the balls. You know? It's so goofy, you know, I love it. How can you not?
Wow, that was a key.
Thank you. I'm working on it. So, yeah, dating sucks. Dating sucks. So, how about this one? I have a racist grandpa. Does anyone here have a racist grandpa? You back there, sir, look like a racist grandpa. I can see with your eyes darting at me up here. But, I mean, here's the thing. It's funny when you have a racist grandpa. I mean, it's not funny. It's fucked up. But it is kind of funny because, well, at least for my grandpa, if he has a good interaction with any race other than his own, he'll talk about it for, like, weeks. It's crazy. Like, I was on the phone with him the other day, and he was on the phone with Dish Network. He's like, yeah, I was on the phone with Dish Network the other day, and it was one of those Orientals. And I gotta be honest, they're really coming along nowadays, you know what I mean? She was very helpful. It's crazy. Every day for him is just like the ending of American History X. He's just like, wow, they're just like me. It's crazy. Last year I had to explain to him that they, them does not refer to black people. Which I think he wants to understand, but he's just from a different time, you know? He's trying his best, you know? So yeah. I had to do sexual harassment training recently. Not me, everyone had to do it. It was a yearly thing. It wasn't just me. But no, you know, they make you do that at the end of every year. And it's just kind of dumb, if you ask me. You know, every year just seems kind of excessive. You know what I mean? Like, do they really think, like, the average person is just going to forget the difference between right and wrong 4 times within the span of an entire presidency? Like, that's kind of crazy to me. I know people are, you know, fucked up, but, like, give us a break. You know what I mean? I don't know. I remember a few years ago I was doing, you know, they give you little scenarios you got to do on the website or whatever. And I remember one of them was, Brian likes to, when he's at work, he likes to spread this way through the doorway. So that way when women walk past him, they have to squeeze past him. And I'm reading that and I'm thinking, like, I gotta be honest, I feel like you did that shit. You know what I mean? That seems oddly specific in something that you came up with. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just so weird. I was reading that. I was like, holy shit, I'm surprised I didn't think of that. That's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, dating's hard. Dating sucks. Yeah, work sucks too. I work at a metal shop factory. I like it. It's cool. I used to work at Hooters. That was pretty cool. And now here's the thing. You know, working at Hooters, you know, was cool at times, but it's not what a lot of people, you know, would assume it is, right? Like, you start working there and you learn pretty quickly that they don't want to fuck you. They don't want to fuck you. And then after you've been there for a while, it kind of just completely warps your perception of female beauty. Like, if I go out to eat anywhere else now, I'm just like, why do they hire all these disgusting women? It sucks. Like, A few weeks ago, I remember I went to Target and I saw a trans person, and my buddy had to nudge me and be like, she's not trans, she's just average looking. Yeah, whatever you say. And I'll be honest, I have asked a few of them out, I have. And you know, they say when you ask someone out that the worst thing they could say is no, right? The worst thing they could say is no. Well, I found out that that's actually not true. The worst thing they could say is you're a faggot. That's actually the worst thing you could say. Very, very hurtful, you know. Yeah, man, dating sucks. Dating sucks. I remember a few months ago, I was on Bumble, I think it was, and I was just, you know, swiping or whatever. And I remember I came across a profile where the bio said, fuck me or regret it. So, like, what happens if I don't? You know what I mean? You're going to, like, find me? Fellas, you guys could get in trouble for not raping a woman now. Did you guys hear about that? Better watch out. Wouldn't want to get caught up, you know, getting hit up to be on a Netflix true crime documentary. Wouldn't want to get caught doing nothing, you know? I don't know. This joke never works, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, I got a buddy that's going through some shit with his ex, right? He used to work with her, and like she's trying to get an order of protection on him because he said hi to her in passing at work. Which is, it's crazy that there's women out there that are willing to do that, you know what I mean? Like, that's really fucked up. But then, I guess when you stop and think about it, like, it's kind of like the modern day version of the Salem witch trials. So, I mean, in a way, I guess I get it. You know what I mean? Like, we used to, like, throw women into fires just for having their periods. You know what I mean? So, I guess it kind of makes sense now. But, like, you know, you fast forward to now, like, you piss the wrong one off. You know, all she has to do is get on TikTok and make a little video going, I was raped. Part 2 for who did it. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. It's nuts. A taste of our own medicine, if you will. I respect it. I do. I don't know. I guess women do kind of have this like leverage in the world, because here is a true statement. Basically, all the pedophiles in the world are men, right? Because, like, I mean, I remember I was talking to a friend recently, right? And she was telling me about, like, some 40-year-old woman that abducted an 11-year-old. And I remember hearing this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, boys, we finally got one, you know? But then she continued on to be like, to bring him to her husband. And I'm like, God damn it, you know? But here, let me ask you guys this. Who's more loyal, men or women? Women? Women, yeah. I gotta be honest, I think I agree with you guys. I think women are generally more loyal. Because here's the thing, if you find a woman that's like down for you, like, trust me, she's really down for you. So much so that even if you're a pedophile, she'll fetch you kids. And be like, what, you know, I know it's wrong, but what can I say? I like him, you know? Thank you. So, how much time I got left? 1:50. All right, so I'll do 2 more for you guys. So, I'm getting really tired of YouTube ads. I gotta be honest. They're just really annoying, you know what I mean? Because, like, I just wish they weren't so frequent, you know what I mean? Because, like, the other day, I'm on YouTube trying to watch a video of Michelle Obama's alleged penis as she's dancing on Ellen, you know? And I'm trying my best to watch the video over and over and over again. But I just keep getting the same ad for Crypto.com that I gotta skip past every time. You know? I'm trying to do research, you know? Listen, I'm not saying she has a penis for sure, but like, either she's got a phone in her pocket that's swinging side to side, or I don't know, there's some type of movement going on down there. I don't know. So, I'm gonna end with this one. So the N-word is such a jarring word to hear out of nowhere, right? No, it really is, right? Like, with that hard R, like, if you're in a crowd, you could be in a crowd full of like 3,000 people, right? If one person says that hard R, like, everyone hears it. Which that's fucked up, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. I'm a thinker, right? And I'm thinking that we can use that, right? For, like, medical technology, you know what I mean? Like, think about this. An ambulance, for example. Think about when it's driving by, instead of a siren, it's just... You know what I mean? Everyone would hear it. Yeah? Or like, you could even use it as like Narcan, for example. You know what I mean? There's just some guy passed out lifeless on the ground. The paramedics are just screaming the N-word at him. He just wakes up like, oh, holy shit, what the fuck's going on? You know, I'm just saying, the N-word's always going to be around. You might as well just utilize it to help people. Is that my time? That's my time. I'm Kyle Kancewick. Thank you, guys.